Welcome. Welcome to Superdude, the chance of Superdude. We're watching the Formula 1 Belgian Grand Prix. Formula 1 Belgian Grand Prix. So yeah, we're watching the Formula 1 Grand Prix in Belgian Spa-Francorchamps. Very historic racetrack. We've got Leclerc starting at first, Perez starting second, Hamilton third. We've got Carlos Sainz fourth, Piastri in fifth. Verstappen starts at sixth because of his penalty. He changed his gearbox. Lando Norris seventh, Russell eighth. Lance starts at ninth place. Stroll starts at 10th place. Yuki Tsunoda starts 11th place. Gasly starts at 12th place. Bottas starts at 13th place. You've got Ocon starting at 14th place. Albon started at 15th position. Magnussen 16th position. Zhou Guanyu 17th position. Logan Sargent starting at 18th position. And then we've got Ricciardo all the way dead last, because he messed up his qualifying and cut the track when he was doing a qualifying lap, which means that it's track limits. They had to delete his qualifying lap because he technically didn't officially complete a proper lap if he cut the track. Verstappen was first, won the race in 2001, won the race in 2002. Hamilton's last win was in 2020. 2020 was Hamilton's last win on this track. Will he be able to win today? Of course not. Unless if he gets lucky. Let's never say never, right? He might get lucky actually. Okay, so everyone is starting on soft tires except for Piastri. Piastri starting on medium in the front. That's the top 5 place. Verstappen starts with the soft tire. Then behind Verstappen, you've got Norris starting with medium. Russell starting with medium. Also have Alonso starting with medium. Stroll starting with medium. Yuki Tsunoda starting with the medium. As well as, that is it. That is it. And the rest of them are all starting with soft tires except for Ricciardo all the way at the back. We're about to line up, getting ready to watch this race unfold. We did do some qualification, which was on Friday for this race, and then we had sprint shootout yesterday. We also had the sprint race yesterday. Very interesting, man. Especially the damage that Lewis Hamilton did to Perez's car. I just feel like all these fanboys and fangirls that are crying that he got a penalty. If that was Max doing that to Lewis Hamilton, you know that these fanboys and fangirls of Lewis Hamilton will. Okay, we already have the race started. That's Lando Norris. Was that Lando Norris or was that Piastri? Piastri was trying to go on the inside of Leclerc, and Leclerc basically made contact with Piastri. Oh, people are slowing. I think Piastri's got damage. I think Piastri's got damage. Piastri has got damage. Must be his front wing or something. I have no idea what just happened to Piastri, bro. That is insane to me. I'm guessing he went in too sharply and then he hit his front wing, I think. I don't understand why he was specifically going in that area. Okay, so Perez is still leading. Verstappen is already in 4th place. He went from 6th to 4th very quickly. Hamilton is in 3rd. Leclerc is in 2nd. So it was contact between Piastri and Carlos Sainz. Damn, that sucks. Saints also has got damage. Yeah, it's because they made damage at to turn 1, the right-hander. Ah, well, I would have loved to see Piastri do something, but now his race is basically gone. He might come through the pack, but how far he can go, I can guarantee it won't be like Perez or Lewis or okay, specifically it won't be like a Red Bull coming through the pack. So that's a pity for Piastri to be in that position. So you've got Perez first place, Leclerc second, Russell in third, Verstappen fourth. The Ferrari team is telling Carlos Sainz that we don't see damage carry on for now. Carlos Sainz already said, "Hey, I've got damage." I don't know, man. When Ferrari is on the radio contradicting their driver, then I'm like, oh my goodness, here we go, another Ferrari special. Okay, so Verstappen is 2 seconds behind Hamilton actually, which is interesting. Remember, Verstappen has to pass Hamilton, huh? And yesterday when Verstappen made contact with Perez, that was pretty insane, I won't lie. So Carlos Sainz is in 5th place. Carlos Sainz is in 5th place. Why is he complaining about damage if he's still holding on to 5th place? Piastri is the one that's falling back all the way down to last place, 20th position. We've got, so Alonso's in 6th place, so he went from 9th to 6th, which is good. Norris is in 7th place. Why is he out? How can his car be that badly damaged? I don't understand. He's stopping. So Piastri is stopping on the side of the road. Piastri is stopping on the side of the road. His car looks like it should be able to run, but he's just stopping there. So we're watching the race start. Let's see exactly what could have happened. So Piastri had his nose in between himself, Carlos Sainz, and the wall. We were watching it on board here with Piastri to see what exactly his view was. So the Ferrari was trying to Oh, Ferrari was even locking up as well. Yeah, Carlos Sainz definitely turned in and even locked his brakes as well. No, I think Carlos Sainz could have slowed down behind the guys in front of him. He decided to barrel down in between the wall and Piastri, which was unnecessary. What damage does he have? I'm still curious. I want to know what damage Piastri has, because that's ridiculous. I almost feel like Piastri was targeted by Carlos Sainz there for no reason. How can Perez have the fastest lap? They're a safety car. I mean, they're a yellow car, right? Oh no, it's green. It just went to green flag. Okay, good. It was green flag this, but still, how the hell did he get the fastest lap of the race? So yeah, so quick position check. Leclerc is behind Perez in 2nd. Hamilton is in 3rd. Verstappen 4th. Carlos Sainz is in 5th. We've got Alonso in 6th. Yuki Tsunoda 7th. Norris in 8th. Albon in 9th. Stroll in 10th. Russell in 11th. Russell in 11th. Russell 11th, Ocon in 12th, Bottas 13, 14, Logan Sargent, Zogo and New 15, Gasly 16. Fernando Alonso is trying to pass Carlos Sainz. Okay. Let's see if Alonso can pass Carlos Sainz for 5th place. I really hope so, because yesterday's sprint race wasn't very good for Alonso. He spun. Went off the track, bro. And that was the end of his race. So yeah, so Ocon is 12, 13 Bottas, 14 Logan Sargent, Zogo and News in 15, 16th Gasly, 17th Hülkenberg, 18th Magnussen, 19th Ricciardo, and Piastri. Piastri's out of the race, man. Piastri's out of the race. I didn't see that much damage. I think it's more a precautionary measure. I think there might be damage on the... There might be a different type of damage that the team just wants to mitigate, you know, from making his car undrivable, aka not make the car, you know, basically destroy itself in the process. So they just decided to retire it. I'm guessing. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So yeah, so Leclerc is 2 seconds behind Perez. There's almost no way. There's almost no way that I can... Whoa, is that Magnussen or is that Hulkenberg? Hulkenberg on Gasly. Hulkenberg was trying to pass Gasly and then had to go off the track. You probably joined in front of him. No, you joined next to him. And then basically joined behind him. So Hulkenberg seems to be faster than the Reynolds. Interesting. Or should I say the Alpine? The Alpine is just another name brand of the Renault company. Anyways. So ultimately we have 2 seconds behind Perez's Leclerc. Hamilton is less than a second behind Leclerc. So Hamilton is for sure going to do something to Leclerc unless if Hamilton... Norris is dropping. Why is Norris dropping? So Russell is passing Norris. Lando and Norris being passed by Russell for 10th place. So no longer, McLaren is no longer in the points. I'm still confused as to, like, why is Lando Norris doing so badly, bro? His teammate was on the podium, not on pole, but on the podium yesterday. And Lando Norris was nowhere to be found compared to where his teammate was. Yuki Tsunoda outside of going around the outside of Carlos Sainz. I think Carlos Sainz has that damage because he's definitely driving like someone that must have damage. Or the Ferrari is just that poorly set up. That could be another reason why he's doing so poorly. Ferrari strategies are just horrible. So don't think that just because the Ferrari is being passed, that it's just because it's got damage. I'm pretty sure there might be just strategy. They've got the wrong tire, the wrong setup, downforce setup, whatever setup that they've got, might just have it wrong. Albon is trying to pass Carlos Sainz next. Dude, if this Williams passes this Ferrari, then there has to be damage on that Ferrari. It has to be. I can't imagine that there's not damage. So yeah, so Verstappen is half a second behind Hamilton. So it's only a matter of time before Verstappen has to pass Hamilton. Now, if you don't know this, so Hamilton is now complaining that Leclerc is going off at turn 9 every lap while being pressured by Verstappen from behind, which sounds very bad, but that's just the reality is Verstappen's behind Hamilton and he's about to pass him, guaranteed. The issue is, what will Hamilton do? Because Hamilton and Verstappen have a history. Will Hamilton allow Verstappen to go past him easily? Or will he do what he did to Perez yesterday and hit the side of the car? Exactly the same place where he hit Verstappen. Oh, he passed him. Verstappen went on the inside and passed Hamilton. So Lewis was trying to block Verstappen. Verstappen said, okay, trying to block me, let me take the inside line. I want to see that, man. Like, these camera people are really not worth their salt right now. Because they could have shown that. They could have shown him catching up to Lewis. Dude, I dislike it so much because you just know that these are British. This is a British company that doesn't want to show how easily Lewis got passed live. At least they're showing the replay. Dude, he was catching Lewis Hamilton on that straight like nobody's business. But Lewis Hamilton was trying to defend by keeping his car in the middle of the road, not choosing a side. He was defending. That is the reality. Lewis Hamilton was defending. He just realized he couldn't swerve under braking. That's the rules. The rules are you can't drastically, take action under braking zone. Otherwise, he would have gotten a penalty. So Verstappen is now third place. So Verstappen is going to catch up to Leclerc pretty easily. He's already a second behind. Okay, he went from 1 second to 1.2. Now he's 1.1. Fastest lap for Max Verstappen. Fastest lap is 1 minute 52.1. Let's see if there's anyone that's also getting ready to pass. Alonso is still trying to pass. No, that is no. Alonso passed. So Alonso's in first place, of course, and he's 8 seconds behind Hamilton. 8 seconds. So can Alonso catch up to Hamilton at the end of the race? Who knows? Let's see what Alonso can do to catch up to Hamilton, because now we have to see, is Alonso's Aston Martin really that bad? Because remember, all these upgrades on the Mercedes, on the McLaren, have made the McLaren and the Mercedes pretty good. And it seems like the Aston Martin has basically fallen back. And let's see if Alonso can somehow take everything from that Aston Martin and get in front of that Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. We have to wait and see. I don't think we'll see it now. We'll have to wait and see until, like, more or less until, you know, when we are close to lap 30. Lap 30 will be a very good indicator of how close it would be for Alonso to pass Hamilton, especially with the pit stop strategies. Now, of course, pit stop strategies, Mercedes is top notch, bro. You can't really get that good. Alonso is in 5th place. Yuki Tsunoda is 6th place. Yuki Tsunoda is in 6th place. Whoa, that is good. And Albon is in 7th place. Insane. Stroll is in 8th place. Stroll started the 10th. Now he's 8th place. So he's not doing a very good job. Carlos Sainz is in 10th place. Hulkenberg. Okay, let me go according to positions. 11th is Logan Sargent. Interesting. Logan Sargent is now 10th place. Logan Sargent just passed Carlos Sainz. And now we've got another car passing Carlos Sainz. Dude, they need to put that Ferrari. There's no point. There's no... Okay, now he's going to the pits. He's going to the pits. So Carlos Sainz going to the pits finally. So Albon is also in the pits. So the first pit stops, the first official pit stops we got here is Carlos Sainz. Oh, Norris also pitted. Okay, I didn't see the first pit stops, but Carlos Sainz are in the pits, as well as we've got Albon in the pits. Fastest lap of the race is Magnussen, 1 minute 51.5. Interesting. The Haas is not that bad on this track then. Currently, of course, we're talking about the current situation. Currently, Magnussen is the fastest car on the track. Lando Norris is being passed by 2 cars. Exactly what Mika Häkkinen did to Michael Schumacher in 2000. Sorry, which year was that? 2001? I don't even remember when they passed him, but yeah, that is exactly how that pass happened between the Häkkinen passing Michael Schumacher all those years ago, with Zonta in the middle. That's exactly what we're... Potential rain on the radar 20 minutes away. Not very strong though. Nothing like... Okay, so they say there might be rain on the way, but it won't be as strong as yesterday. If you don't know, it has been raining on this track every single day. So far today is actually good. Haven't seen any rain here. So yeah, so Verstappen is now about to pass. Verstappen just went second. So Verstappen just passed Leclerc to take 2nd place. And that's the same place that he passed Lewis Hamilton. Interesting, yeah, because Charles Leclerc couldn't do much, dude. It was just the top line speed. The top end speed of the Ferrari, as far as I know, the Ferrari also has that hybrid issue where their battery energy doesn't, cuts off at a certain area, and they're not allowed to reach their full potential on a straight. And now you also have Albon passing Magnussen. Is that Magnussen that Albon is passing? Yep, Albon passing Magnussen. Nice. Good job. How is that Williams that fast? The Williams is not supposed to be that good, is it? Because that Ferrari is not supposed to, that Ferrari engine of the Haas car is not supposed to be that slow. Then again, Albon is driving a Mercedes car, Mercedes engine. If you know the lore of the engines. Okay, so Albon now has to catch up and pass Hülkenberg, 7 seconds ahead of him. Perez is now 3 seconds. Only 3 seconds in front of Verstappen. Remember, 3 seconds is nothing for Verstappen to catch up and pass Perez. Leclerc is less than a second. He's staying within DRS of Verstappen. So Leclerc is trying to stay with Verstappen right now. Just trying to stay in the DRS. Hamilton is 3 seconds behind Leclerc. 3 seconds behind Leclerc already, dude. So Lewis Hamilton can't do anything to catch up and keep up with the front runners. That's interesting. So Alonso is in 4th place. Alonso is now still 8th place. I mean 8 seconds behind Hamilton. So Alonso's not making any ground. He's just staying 8 seconds behind Hamilton. So I don't know if he will be. It's all going to come down to strategy. And if I have to bet money, I would say that Mercedes strategy will be better than Alonso's Aston Martin team strategy. That's just the way it is. So now we've got Esteban Ocon passing Magnussen exactly where. Dude, that's an easy pass, huh? So Ocon just passed Magnussen exactly where Verstappen passed Leclerc on the outside as well. A very interesting pass. And now we've got Lando Norris trying to stay with. Who is he staying with? You've got Norris fighting with Ricciardo. We've got Norris fighting with Ricciardo. Can Norris catch up to and pass Ricciardo? Norris is feeling a little bit stressed. He's saying nothing of this is helping because his team is trying to tell him things. Team is trying to walk him through things he can do, but it seems like it's not helping. Dude, why does it look like they're all doing track limits at that specific corner? I just saw these cars going across the white line, the track limits, and I'm not sure why we're not getting those track limit warnings. Alonso's in the pits. 2.4 second pit stop. So now Hülkenberg's in 8th place, Gasly 7th place, Russell 6th place, Stroll 5th place. So the only people that haven't pitted yet is Perez, Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton, Stroll, Russell, Gasly, Hülkenberg, and Alonso just pitted. So the one in front of him is Hülkenberg. So the first 8 people have not pitted. Yuki Tsunoda passes. Who did he pass on the outside? Yuki Tsunoda just passed Albon on the outside. Good job. Good job for Yuki Tsunoda. However, it's a Williams, bro. The Williams is not that perfect. So Alonso is now behind Magnussen. So let's see if. Oh, sorry, Hülkenberg. Alonso is behind Hülkenberg. Will he be able to quickly pass Hülkenberg with the DRS? Let's see how much faster Hülkenberg's Ferrari engine is compared to Aston Martin's Mercedes engine. Let's see. There we go. Here we go. He's about to pass him. Hülkenberg moving a little bit squirrely. Okay, now Alonso is holding back. He's trying to go back into the slipstream of Hülkenberg because he couldn't actually pass him with outright speed when he was next to him. So he's waiting for a better opportunity. I'm guessing he's going to do the same as Verstappen, trying to pass him before the third corner. So this is the first corner, right? So the first corner, they turn right. Let's see if... I don't think Alonso is going to be close enough. Alonso does not look like he's close enough to make that pass on... Okay, actually his DRS is helping him. This DRS is helping him. DRS is helping him close the gap with Hülkenberg. He should pass him now. He should pass him. He should pass him. Here we go. DRS is open. He takes the inside. Very easy pass from Alonso. Alonso passes Hülkenberg, and that is for position of 8th place. 8th place. Nice. Good job, Alonso. Much better racing than yesterday, that's for sure, from Alonso. Verstappen is only 2.5 seconds behind Perez. There's no way that Perez can keep... I think what's going to happen is Verstappen is going to be put in a position where the team is going to either pit Perez or pit Verstappen first. If I have to guess, they'll probably put Perez first, and then Verstappen will just take the lead easily because of Perez's pitting. Because the way that they are driving in front is almost like Perez is pushing the limits, and Verstappen is just feeling like, do I really have to push the car to pass my own teammate, or do I just wait for the pit stop strategy to work in my favor? And I'm pretty sure that might be what the team is telling him. The team is telling him, don't bother trying to pass Perez. As long as Perez can maintain his current speed, then you can stay in your position. And then we will just do we will just let Perez pit first, if I was to guess. Pit stop for Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton in the pits is coming out. 2.7 second pit stop from Lewis Hamilton. When is he going to join? He's probably going to join 7th place. Is it 7th place? Lewis Hamilton joined in 4th place. Lewis Hamilton joined 4th place. Good job. Good job for Lewis Hamilton's team. 4th place position, even with the pit stop. That's good, bro. But he's 22 seconds behind Leclerc. The only person that pitted while being top 4 is Lewis Hamilton. So Lewis Hamilton's pit stop is very good. Lewis Hamilton's pit stop is very good. So if Lewis Hamilton can put in fastest lap of the fastest lap right now, he might be able to get the podium. If Lewis Hamilton can do fastest lap of the fastest lap, this should be an easy podium for him. We have to wait and see. Stroll is 1.3 seconds behind Hamilton. So if Stroll decides to attack Hamilton, then that means Hamilton... So now Verstappen is on the radio. So Verstappen is on the radio. So Verstappen is on the radio asking who is going to pit first between me and Perez, and then Perez's race engineer is telling him, just follow my instruction. And then Verstappen is like, dude, I just want to know what's happening. And then the guy's like, no, just follow my instruction. Just trust me. It's pretty interesting. So Perez just came to the pits as we were talking about that. Perez came to the pits, weaving on the straight. Hamilton, they're basically investigating the weaving on the track for Hamilton. Let's see if that is true. I didn't see it. I have no idea. No idea if he was actually weaving or not. So Perez did pit first, and Verstappen is now in the lead. There's almost no need for Verstappen to actually worry now. He just needs to put in fastest lap after fastest lap and then just build a lead and then just pit. It's going to be pretty easy for Verstappen if you ask me. So Verstappen is asked if he wants to pit now or if he wants to wait until there's rain. And Verstappen is like, dude, I don't know what the weather radar is saying, so you guys have to make the call. Verstappen goes into the pits. Verstappen goes into the pits, and he's going to probably stay ahead of Leclerc, but Perez will most likely take back first place. Perez is most likely going to take back first position, but I guarantee you Max Verstappen will pass Perez. At some point of this race, Perez will be passed by Max Verstappen, almost guaranteed. So past goes Perez. Out of the pit stop, or should I say out of the pits comes Verstappen. And Verstappen is now 2.2 seconds behind. Hamilton fastest lap 1 minute 51. 2.4 seconds. So Verstappen is 2.4 seconds exactly behind between turn 4 weaving in a straight. No further investigation. So that whole gaslighting of saying that Lewis Hamilton was weaving in the straight and they're investigating was absolutely nothing. They are showing the weather radar and it is showing that there might be rain coming. Russell is now trying to pass Stroll. Russell is on the back wing, on the back of Stroll right now, trying to pass Stroll. He's on the back of Stroll. I just hope that Russell does not crash into Stroll, because he's so close to Stroll is actually worrying, because seeing how bad Russell is doing in these couple of races that have passed, you have to wonder if he's going to crash into the back of Stroll. Being so frustrated that he wants to pass, but he's going to do it at the worst possible time. And I also have Alonso. So Alonso is pressuring Russell. So Russell is in a sandwich between two Aston Martins. Alonso's behind him, pressuring him. And Russell is trying to pass Stroll in front of him, which is also an Aston Martin. Interesting race. Alonso passes Russell. Alonso passed Russell. My goodness. So Russell gave up on passing Stroll and then immediately lost his position to Alonso. Interesting. Max Verstappen is already getting ready to pass his own teammate. Max Verstappen is getting ready to pass his own teammate already. He's less than half a second behind Perez. Verstappen is about to pass Perez, and right now Perez is holding up Verstappen. Because Verstappen doesn't just want to pass Perez, he wants to make it clean, make it fast, but Perez is slowing down. Leclerc is 5 seconds behind Verstappen. Hamilton 2 seconds behind Leclerc. Hamilton's now 3 seconds behind Leclerc. So Hamilton's actually dropping behind Leclerc. Interesting. Alonso Stroll made a switch. Alonso's now in 5th place. Alonso Stroll made a switch. Alonso's now took back 5th place and Stroll is now in 6th place. Russell 7th place. Gasly 8th place. Yuki Tsunoda 9th. Albon 10th. 11th. Ocon. Magnussen 12th. Ricciardo in 13th. How is Yuki Tsunoda outperforming Ricciardo? That's interesting. Max Verstappen is right on top of the rear of his teammate Perez. Fastest lap of the race so far for Max Verstappen. Verstappen is about to pass Perez. Perez is slow, man. Perez is way slow. Verstappen, fastest lap, 1 minute 50.6. 1 minute 50.6. Verstappen is basically coasting at some points. Now Verstappen is about to pass his teammate. So Verstappen is about to pass his teammate and he passed him easily. Easily passing him. New leader, Max Verstappen. So lap 17th, Verstappen has officially taken the lead. Now you could say when Perez pitted, he took the lead. But remember, that is only because Perez pitted that he took the lead. It wasn't that he passed anybody. He has now officially passed Perez and is officially taken that position. Now you've got Russell passing Lance Stroll. Russell passing Lance Stroll finally. Russell taking 6th place back. I just don't understand why Russell got passed by Alonso if he was able to pass Stroll anyways. I don't understand that. Yeah, so the DRS on Max Verstappen's car really helped him pass Checo Perez. I doubt that anybody is going to actually beat Max Verstappen. I doubt that anybody is going to beat. If you are here thinking that nobody is like anybody other than Max Verstappen is going to win the race, you might be disappointed. Remember, there is rain. They are saying there might be rain, and remember, rain means chaos. Max Verstappen, the fastest lap of the race so far, 1 minute 50.1. So Max Verstappen is actually pushing so much right now. I'm not sure why he's pushing that much. He's already taken the lead. Rain expected in 4 minutes. Rain expected in 4 minutes according to Ferrari. Remember, this is Ferrari. If they say 4 minutes, then we have to wonder if they are actually know what they're saying, because Ferrari is known to not know what the hell they're doing. It does seem it's about to rain. It does seem like it's about to rain. You have people in the stadium. You've got some spectators zipping up their jackets and putting on their hoodies. So it does seem like it's there might be some drops landing. They might be feeling some drops for 2 seconds. So Perez is already 2 seconds behind Verstappen. So Perez is unable to keep up with Verstappen. He's falling back. He is obviously trying to keep up with Verstappen, but he cannot. Leclerc is 6 seconds behind Perez. Hamilton 3 seconds behind Leclerc. Hamilton is staying 3 seconds behind Leclerc, which is strange because I thought Hamilton's Mercedes is at least faster than Ferrari. Carlos Sainz reporting rain. Interesting. So Hamilton in 4th place, Alonso in 5th place, 10 seconds behind Hamilton. Russell behind Alonso in 6th place, 4 seconds behind. Stroll 7th place, 2 seconds behind. Gasly is 8th place, 1 second behind. Yuki Tsunoda 9th. He is 1 second behind Gasly. So basically you have Yuki Tsunoda challenging Gasly, Gasly challenging Stroll. So Stroll is about to get passed by Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda, and whoever passes between Tsunoda and Gasly, the person that can so if Yuki Tsunoda can get past Gasly, we know that he is coming charging. He is absolutely trying to show that Ricciardo is not the guy people think he is. Ricciardo is nothing compared to Yuki Tsunoda. If Yuki Tsunoda can pass Gasly for 8th place, ultimately 7th place, because Lance Stroll can do nothing, it seems. The rain is going to last for 10 minutes, they say. There's rain, and they say the rain is going to last for 10 minutes. There's 380,000 people in attendance at the Belgian Grand Prix. Interesting. Ocon is 5 seconds behind Yuki Tsunoda in 10th place. Albon 11 seconds. Albon is in 11th, and he's 1 second behind Ocon, which means Albon could actually challenge Ocon for 10th place. Got Magnussen in 12th position, 4 seconds behind Albon. Ricciardo is about to challenge Magnussen. We need to see that as well. What is Ricciardo doing to try and pass Magnussen for 12th place? We have to... No, they are not showing us. Okay, so Ricciardo is so close to Magnussen that it's just a matter of time. If Ricciardo can pass Magnussen, it means he might be able to get to Albon. Of course, Albon is 3 seconds ahead of Magnussen, so it all depends on what pace Ricciardo can maintain. and if he can actually catch up to Albon. Because remember, catching up to Albon means that he can catch up to Yuki Tsunoda, as Yuki Tsunoda is now in 8th place. So Yuki Tsunoda passed Gasly. No, Yuki Tsunoda is in 8th place, so he has not passed Gasly, but they both have passed Stroll. So Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda has passed Stroll, and that is why Yuki Tsunoda is a little bit further behind Gasly, because he's trying to catch up, trying to pass Stroll, and then lost a little bit of time, and now he's trying to catch up back to Gasly for 7th place. Let's see if Yuki Tsunoda can pass Gasly for 7th place. I'm pretty interested to see if that's going to be possible. So Carlos Sainz in 19th place. Carlos Sainz's race is basically a disaster. Norris in 18th place. Really? Norris in 18th place. Logan Sargent 17th place. Hülkenberg 16th place. Zhou Guanyu 15th place. So at the moment, Gasly is trying to make his way to Russell. Gasly is trying to catch up to Russell, while also taking Yuki Tsunoda with him. So Yuki Tsunoda and Gasly trying to catch up to Russell now. Let's see if they can do it. Russell is 5 seconds ahead of Gasly. So let's see what can happen there. Aston Martin getting ready for a set of soft tires. Pitting soft tires for Aston Martin, which is probably for Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll going to the pits, going to get soft tires. He's probably going to crash his car again. So like it's impossible to know how bad the rain is, because you can barely see it. It doesn't look that bad. So you can say that, okay, fine, the softs should be fine, but don't forget, Lance Stroll crashed yesterday when they put him on medium tires in the wet conditions. So if it is going to rain heavily, then I guess he's going to crash again. So Verstappen's still first, Perez, so the only guys that haven't pitted yet is Russell and Gasly. Is that true? Russell and Gasly are the only cars that haven't pitted yet. A big moment for Max Verstappen. I'm telling you now, Lance Stroll is going to crash. Lance Stroll is going to crash. Dude, Max Verstappen almost crashed. Full speed corner. He almost lost his car and almost crashed. It's not the sketchiest corner. It's a fully flat corner that when the rain falls and you don't have wet tires, then you will definitely, you know, I'm telling you, Lance Stroll is going to crash. There is no way he's not going to crash. So the rain is actually officially coming down. You can see the effects on the racetrack, especially with Verstappen almost losing his car on full speed. Remember, that is full speed corner and he almost lost it. So if you are betting on Lance Stroll making it, I would suggest that you don't get your hopes up, because they put slick tires on his car and it's raining. Yesterday he crashed with medium tires, so he's probably going to crash. I'm going to be completely honest. Ricciardo's defending from who is he defending from? Ricciardo, where the hell are you, Ricciardo? So Ricciardo in 12th place is defending Bottas. Bottas is trying to pass Ricciardo. And now I've got Lando Norris trying to pass Albon, I believe. No, that is Logan Sargent. So Lando Norris is trying to pass Logan Sargent. Logan Sargent trying to pass... Bottas trying to pass Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo actually got passed by Bottas. So now the next guy is Zhou Guanyu. Zhou Guanyu is most likely also going. Oh, you have Norris sliding. Norris is sliding. And now you've got Norris trying to pass Logan Sargent. The track is wet. He's going past him. He's going past him on the outside. Lando Norris is trying to pass Logan Sargent on the outside, and he did it. He did it. Very good job, Lando Norris. That is very risky, but he did it. 16th position. He's fighting for 16th position. They were fighting for podiums the last two races. Now they're fighting for 16th position. Interesting. That is very scary, man. The way that Lando Norris was going on the outside while with the raindrops and everything, that looked really scary. Interesting. Very good job. So Yuki Tsunoda is still trying to pass Gasly. Yuki Tsunoda might be on the verge of passing Gasly. Yuki Tsunoda might be about to pass Gasly. Slick tires for George Russell. 2.9 second pit stop. 2.9 second pit stop for George Russell. Yuki Tsunoda in 6th place now because of Russell's pit stop. 6th place, still trying to hunt the... Oh, wait. Yuki Tsunoda passed Gasly. Yuki Tsunoda passed Gasly. Interesting. Yuki Tsunoda passed Gasly. Nice. Good job, Yuki Tsunoda. You passed him easily, eh? Exactly the way that Verstappen passed, I believe, Leclerc on the outside. That's exactly what Yuki Tsunoda did to Gasly. He made it look so easy. Good job, Yuki Tsunoda. Very good job. Good job, Yuki Tsunoda. 6th place. So Alonso is now in 5th place. How far ahead is Alonso from Yuki Tsunoda? 13 seconds. So if Yuki Tsunoda can really hammer it out, which I doubt he's going to do, you could maybe catch up to Alonso by the end of the race, but I doubt he's going to do that or be able to do that if successfully. Now you've got Russell. Russell is now battling with Logan Sargent. Logan Sargent is now being attacked by George Russell. Remember, George Russell is driving the Mercedes and the Williams. Oh, okay, that's a good move. That's a good move by Russell. He was very aggressive. He took the inside line. It was very close to his opponent, but he made it stick. His opponent respected his pace and didn't try and crash into him like you would see with Lewis Hamilton crashing into Perez yesterday in the sprint. Nico Hülkenberg passed Zhou Guanyu. Nico Hülkenberg just passed Zhou Guanyu. So the Haas seems better than the McLaren, which is interesting. Gasly went into the pits. He's outside of the pits now. Albon went into the pits, just released in front of Gasly, which is interesting. So Albon is ahead of Gasly. Remember, Gasly was in 6th place. And now we have George Russell passing. Russell is passing Zhou Guanyu, the Alfa Romeo driver. Verstappen now is 6 seconds ahead of anybody. So 6 seconds ahead of Perez, which is the rest of the pack. 6 seconds ahead, and then we've got Leclerc 7 seconds behind. 7 seconds behind is Leclerc on Perez, or you can say Perez is 7 seconds ahead of Leclerc, depending on how you want to look at it. That's a 5-second pit stop for Gasly. That is why Albon was in front of him. Albon exited the pits ahead of Gasly because he had a 5+ second pit stop. Ooh. Yeah, so that Williams is supposedly faster than most of the back markers. They're slower cars. Now you wouldn't say that if you look at Logan Sargent because he's not doing that very well, but Albon is capable of extracting the most out of that Williams. So I believe this is Russell taking on Norris. So Russell is now attacking Norris, and this is for 8th place. Russell is most likely going to pass him on the straight. Remember, the track is a little bit wet. Here we go. He's about to pass him. Easy. He's going to go left side or right side. He's going on the left side. He's passing him on the straight, on the left side. He made it look very easy to pass Norris on that straight. So position check. Verstappen first, Perez second, Leclerc third, Hamilton fourth, Alonso fifth, Ocon in 6th, Magnussen 7th, Russell in 8th, Norris in 9th, Zhou New 10th, Stroll 11th, Yuki Tsunoda 12th, 13 is Albon, 14 Gasly, 15 Bottas, Ricciardo is in 16th, Yuki Tsunoda is 12th and Ricciardo 16th. That's very interesting. Hulkenberg 17th, Logan Sargent is in 18th. And then we've got Carlos Sainz retired. They retired the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. I didn't even know that until now. Which makes sense that they retired him because he looked like he had some serious mechanical issues with his car. It just shows you that if you hit the body, if there's any like body damage, it's not like the car can just continue. These cars are so aerodynamically tuned that if the car gets any damage, their aerodynamics completely changes, which make them less efficient. Which is obvious, but it makes it less efficient, makes them unable to maintain a competitive pace. That's how competitive these cars are. That's how competitive these aerodynamics on these cars have become. That if a car gets damaged, there's almost no chance for them to have any competitiveness to keep pushing. Which is sad. So basically, as soon as you damage your car in this new car regulation, you might as well just retire the car because you will not be able to keep up with everybody else when it comes to their aerodynamic systems. Because those aerodynamics mean a lot. It means you either gain a position, hold on to the position, or you lose the position if your aerodynamics are not correct. Verstappen still has the fastest lap of the race, which I believe is 1 minute 50. The only drivers that can challenge, try and make passes would be Albon on Yuki Tsunoda. So Albon looks like he might be in DRS range of Yuki Tsunoda to make a pass on Yuki Tsunoda. We have to wait and see if that's going to happen. Norris might actually also be able to challenge Russell. Norris might be able to challenge Russell for 6th place. Hulkenberg might actually try and pass his teammate Magnussen, which is going to be... I'm pretty sure Magnussen wants to keep his race seat, so I won't be surprised if Magnussen will fight Hulkenberg. So they're showing Ricciardo being passed. Poor Ricciardo being passed by Hulkenberg. Ricciardo can't do anything, man. I have to be honest, Ricciardo is a little bit disappointing because this is a track you would think a veteran like Ricciardo will really, show Yuki Tsunoda what it's all about to be a veteran F1 driver, but no. Yuki Tsunoda seems very comfortable in that car. He's in 9th place. And Ricciardo's in 16th. So now we're going back to the McLaren era. We're going back to that McLaren era where McLaren was wondering why Ricciardo couldn't extract the speed that they saw that Lando Norris could extract. They saw that Lando Norris was able to extract all this speed, and then Ricciardo wouldn't be anywhere close to Lando Norris. And this is exactly what we're seeing right now. We're seeing the exact same thing. For whatever reason, Ricciardo is going back to that place where he is now no longer capable of controlling his mind, controlling his driving, and now he is now all the way down in 16th position, and his teammate is in 9th place in the points. His teammate is in the points and Ricardo's nowhere near the points. That is the reality that we are sitting now. So we have to wait until the end of the race, but so far it does not look good for Ricardo. I'm going to be completely honest. So Perez is now 8 seconds. Perez is 8 seconds behind Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton comes into the pits, does a pit stop. How long is that pit stop? That is a 2.8 pit stop. Is that a soft tire? So they put soft tires onto Lewis Hamilton's car. So it means he's trying to go for, he's trying to get the maximum out of his, speed of his car. That soft tire, the only reason why you put soft tires on is if you need someone to go fast as possible. And if Hamilton needs to go as fast as possible, that means he's most likely going to hunt down Alonso, hunt down Leclerc, and hopefully get 3rd place. Because remember, he needs to pass a Red Bull, aka Perez, to get to 2nd place. And I would be highly surprised if he can also pass Verstappen. Let's not get too excited here. Let's not get too unrealistic. Verstappen is going to be so far ahead that I doubt that I think Verstappen is going to pit and then be well clear, and then he's most likely going to pit for softs as well to get fastest lap of the race. I will not be surprised if Verstappen is going to pit for softs at the end of the race to make sure he's got fastest lap of the race. Okay, so if you don't know the drama at Alpine, they've got the one Formula One principal I'm trying to say was fired, but the word they used was resigned. So Otmar Safnauer has retired, as well as his second in command. And if you don't know this, at Alpine, the drivers are fighting for their lives. And as I'm saying that, we have Ocon challenging Gasly. Ocon is now trying to hold on to his driver's seat. If you don't know this, Ocon did some damage to his car. Did some damage to his car and in Hungary, if I'm not mistaken. And now you've got Leclerc swerving on the road, which is not good. And as we say that, Hamilton passed Alonso. Hamilton has passed Alonso for 4th place. As we said would happen, Hamilton's on soft tires. He's obviously trying to make up positions. Now Hamilton is right behind Leclerc. He's trying to take that 3rd place. Hamilton is right behind Leclerc, trying to take that 3rd place. If he passes Leclerc, he will be ahead of Leclerc in championship points. He will not yet be ahead of Alonso in championship points, but remember, we have to wait and see where he ends up at the end of the race to calculate his exact points. This is very good, man. Very, very good racing from Hamilton. I'm going to be honest. If I agree, it's boring to see Verstappen dominate the way he's dominating. The only reason why Verstappen is dominating the way that he's dominating is of course because he's got the car to do it, but as well, he is the driver to extract the maximum out of that car. Perez was 8 seconds behind Verstappen, came into the pits now, and now he's about to leave the pits. Perez can't do anything to Verstappen. He pretended that he was going to challenge Verstappen to the World Championship, and he has proven that he is not the guy. He's not that guy. He cannot do it. He is not that special to do that to Verstappen. Now Verstappen can pit and still come out ahead. So Verstappen is 1000% going to do soft tires. I cannot see Verstappen not trying to go for the fastest lap of the race. I cannot see it. He will definitely pit for soft tires, Verstappen. He's currently on medium tires. He's 27 seconds ahead of 2nd place Perez. Perez just came to the pits, went out on soft tires. And I think the main reason why they did that is because they are just trying to make sure that even if Lewis Hamilton does get close to Perez, Perez can still maintain a decent lead. Because ultimately Perez is 3 seconds ahead of Leclerc, and Leclerc is only 2 seconds ahead of Hamilton. So Hamilton is now hunting down Leclerc. I thought Hamilton would have been past Leclerc, but Leclerc is also on soft tires, which is interesting how slow Leclerc is compared to Lewis Hamilton at the first couple of laps after the soft. Good job. So Alonso is telling his team good job, which I think is a little bit proactive. It's a little bit premature, should we say? As I say that we've got Verstappen coming into the pits. I think it's a little bit premature to say that Verstappen has won the race, but ultimately Verstappen is definitely going to dominate this race, because now he's got soft tires on, which means he's ready to... Oh, he's got medium tires. Sorry. No, it says soft tires. So why are they putting... Oh, they may made a mistake. Okay. I'm watching the data that I've got, and I'm watching the screen data, and I saw that it said soft tires on my normal data, and then it said medium tires. For 1 second, it showed medium. An M that indicates medium tires, and then they changed it back to softs. So Verstappen is for sure going to go for the fastest lap of the race. He's most likely going to do it immediately. Immediately after he exits the pit stop, he's going to go for the fastest lap. So if he doesn't get fastest lap within the next 2 or 3 laps, I would be very surprised. So Perez now has got 2 stops, Verstappen 2 stops, Leclerc 2 stops, Hamilton 2 stops, Alonso 2 stops, Norris 2 stops, Yuki Tsunoda 2 stops, Ocon 2 stops, Albon's got 2 stops, Bottas 2, Magnussen 2, Hülkenberg 2, Ricciardo also 2, Logan Sargent 2, Zhou Guanyu 2. And those are the only guys that have done 2 pit stops yet. So far, Russell still needs to do a pit stop. Lance Stroll needs to do a pit stop. Gasly needs to do a pit stop. And they haven't yet done it. So they're going to lose their positions. They're going to lose their positions for sure. Now we're watching on screen. Is that Albon? We've got, Gasly, Albon, Ocon. So Gasly is behind Albon, and Albon is behind Ocon. So Ocon passed Albon, and now Gasly is trying to pass Albon. Interesting. So how far ahead? So Verstappen is now back to 9 seconds ahead of Perez. But remember, Perez and Verstappen is on soft tires. Leclerc is on soft tires, but I just don't see... Hamilton should be able to catch up to that, up to Leclerc. That Ferrari does not seem that strong. I believe it's just Leclerc extracting the maximum out of that Ferrari right now. Which makes me believe that Leclerc's wheels are not going to last. And then Hamilton's car is going to be much better off, maintain better grip levels for his tires, and he'll probably pass Leclerc. I believe Hamilton is going to take 3rd place. If you were to bet money, I would say Hamilton is going to pass Leclerc for 3rd place. He will be on the podium at the end of this race. If I had to really, make a bet, then that is what I would say. So Verstappen is being told by his race engineer he's used a lot of his tire on the outlap. Basically telling Verstappen he needs to check his tire usage. He might not have much tire left at the end of the race. But I think he's doing that because he wants fastest lap of the race. I think that is the main reason. So we've got Alex Albon still being chased down by Gasly. Gasly still hasn't passed Albon. Remember, Ocon passed Albon. Ocon is disappearing in the distance, and you've got Gasly here. Like I said before, they're driving for the Alpine team. Fastest lap of the race for Verstappen, as predicted, 1 minute 48 seconds. Verstappen 1 minute 48.9, which is a very good lap. Let's see who can get close to that. So, like I said before, Alpine team, tight driving, very, very hard racing between Albon and Gasly. We still have Albon, the better, Gasly finally took the position. But the problem is, Albon is now compromised because now Bottas can also attack Albon. Bottas might attack Albon now. Very good racing between Gasly and Albon. Very good racing between Gasly and Albon. Gasly was fighting hard for that position. And now you still have Albon trying to fight Gasly. Albon has not given up. Albon has not given up. So let me get back to my story while they're racing hard here. So you've got Gasly and Albon. Gasly and Ocon trying to hold on to their seats. Their boss has already been fired. They're using nice terms, saying that no, that's a mutual decision, but ultimately Otmar Satnav, which is the boss of Alpine Formula 1 racing, got fired, as well as his second in command. And now the two drivers, aka Ocon, aka Gasly, are trying to fight for their seat to stay in Formula 1. That is why when I saw both of these drivers being, challenging each other, I thought to myself, these guys are fighting for their seats. And ultimately we've got Gasly, which he finally passed Albon that previous lap. And now we're watching on board how they were battling each other. Albon was right there, bro. Albon's told this guy, bro, you are not going to easily pass me. Very good job from Gasly, but ultimately Ocon is ahead of Gasly, which might be a deciding factor. Who knows? Yesterday, Gasly finished third place in the sprint race. The sprint race isn't really that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, but I think it still makes Gasly's position, it makes him safer, so to speak. Ocon, I think Ocon is the guy that when he crashed in Hungary, he damaged his car, his front wing. He is the one that is more feared for his position. This tire had reasonable degradation. So basically, Max Verstappen's race engineer is telling him he needs to think about how to maintain his tire better, because it seems his tire degradation is way too high, and his race engineer is trying very hard to make Verstappen basically basically he's talking down on Verstappen, which is very interesting. And that is what Christian Horner always says. He always says that it's like a husband and wife nagging each other type of relationship between Max Verstappen and his race engineer. I do think that's a little bit annoying, because I feel like he's just playing for the... Now... So now Max Verstappen... Max Verstappen wants to do another pit stop, actually. I think what's happening is Max Verstappen wants to maintain his fastest lap of the race. And the worst thing is you've got this race engineer who seems very happy to, have some screen time, aka voice time on the air, on the TV, and I think it's unnecessary. It's more like a spectacle right now. I don't think that's necessary, to be completely honest. Perez is staying within that range. So if Verstappen is going to need to pit, Perez will definitely take first place. I would not be surprised if this is just all fun and games. It's just all fun and games for Verstappen at this point. And the team is in on it as well. I would not be surprised if they're in on it, just playing for the cameras, pretending as if they might have to come in again. We have to wait and see. So let's see who's going to challenge who next. We've got, is that Ricciardo? Oh, that's Yuki Tsunoda. So Ocon is about to pass Yuki Tsunoda, and that is for 9th place. Ocon is trying to pass Yuki Tsunoda for 9th place. Yuki Tsunoda is trying to stay in his position, trying to keep his position, trying to get away from Ocon. But Ocon is slowly but surely reeling Tsunoda in. I think he's got better straight line speed than Yuki Tsunoda. So almost exactly where the battle between Gasly, Ocon's teammate, and Albon is. Now Ocon is catching up to Yuki Tsunoda exactly where Albon and Gasly were having their fight, their racing, their hard racing, between each other. Now we're seeing Ocon. Okay, he's actually Yuki Tsunoda is doing a very good job. He's staying in front of him. At the corners, it seems like Ocon is catching up, but at the straights, it seems like the Yuki Tsunoda Honda engine is keeping him away from Ocon's the danger that Ocon presents. Okay, so Verstappen first, Perez is second, Leclerc is third. Leclerc is only 3 seconds behind Perez. Interesting. Hamilton is in 4th place. Hamilton has not really gained much on Leclerc, which is super interesting because I would have thought that Hamilton was faster than Leclerc. Specifically, the car of Hamilton would be better than Leclerc, and that does not seem to be the case. Hamilton 4th, Alonso 5th, Russell 6th, Norris in 7th. That's a very good recovery drive from Norris. Norris was very far down in the start. Now he's 7th place. That is a good job from Norris. 8th, we've got Stroll. Yuki Tsunoda is in 9th, being hunted down by Ocon as we speak. Showing us a replay of Norris. And Norris got a warning for track limits. So yeah, then we got Gasly in 11th place, Bottas in 12th, Magnussen in 13th, Hülkenberg in 14th, Ricciardo in 15th, 16th Zhou Guanyu, Albon in 17th, Logan Sargent in 18th place. I don't think Hülkenberg is going to try and pass Magnussen. Magnussen seems to also be driving for his seat. He knows he might not be given the opportunity to continue driving for Haas. You might wonder why would that be. Well, Magnussen's not doing so well in the racing. I would argue and say that both of them are not doing very well in racing, but Hülkenberg is always out-qualified Magnussen. For whatever reason, Magnussen's qualifications are very bad compared to Hülkenberg. Even though Hülkenberg was out of the Formula 1 race seat for many years, he officially returned and he's making Magnussen look like Magnussen is the one that only returned recently, not Hülkenberg. So I wouldn't be surprised if Magnussen loses his seat, purely because of the fact that I don't understand why he's doing so purely. I think he's doing worse than he did when he first joined Formula 1, which I don't understand. It makes no sense. Ricciardo is about to catch up to the back of Hülkenberg. Ricciardo catching up to the back of Hülkenberg. Interesting. Ricciardo might actually take the 14th place from Hülkenberg, might even be able to challenge Magnussen before the end of the race. I really hope so, man. Because I wouldn't say this race showcases that Ricciardo is actually back. I don't think he's back. This does not look good for Ricciardo. If he is all the way down in 15th place and his teammate is in 9th place, Yuki Tsunoda is in 9th place, I don't think that is good. Verstappen is now 15 seconds ahead of Perez, which means Verstappen should probably still not pit, but give him another couple of laps, he might still do it. So Leclerc is still 4 seconds behind Perez. So Verstappen's complaining about wind. There seems to be a very strong wind on the track, which might catch some drivers off guard. You might have some drivers sliding off of the track if the wind catches them. And we might have everybody coming to... Dude, that rain shower that came in was barely a rain shower, man. What a move from Ocon, man. Ocon passed Yuki Tsunoda. That's a very risky move. That's a very risky move because you have to have a lot of trust in the driver that you're passing, that he won't be in a very odd position. Touch your car. Ocon is absolutely desperate to hold on to his driver's seat. You can see the way that he passed. Oh, Yuki Tsunoda was actually moving, eh? Yuki Tsunoda was actually moving under braking, which is supposedly not allowed. But Ocon was perfect, man. Ocon did that perfectly. Yuki Tsunoda couldn't do anything. I think Ocon was like, dude, if I can't pass you, then we're gonna have to crash. I get that feeling. I get that feeling when he passed Yuki Tsunoda, he was like, bro, if you want to crash, then let's crash. I wonder if Ocon is gonna pass Lance Stroll. Gasly should pass Yuki Tsunoda now. If you don't know this, so far Ocon is gaining, I believe there's 2 championship points. I might be wrong. It might be more than 2. So Gasly got some points yesterday. And now Ocon is also trying to get points on his record. So I also think that a team, if they were to look at the driver, they would also consider how much points the driver has accumulated. And the driver with the most points, championship points, is definitely going to be more valuable to a Formula 1 team to keep him, depending on the situation. But so far, Ocon is doing a very good job to show how desperate he is to hold on to his seat, which is very interesting. I think Ricciardo, is that Ricciardo being passed by Zhou Guanyu or is it Bottas? Zhou Guanyu just passed Ricciardo. So Ricciardo went from 15th to 16th place. Remember, Yuki Tsunoda's in 10th place. He even got passed by Ocon, which is technically in a faster car. And Zhou Guanyu just passed Ricciardo, and Ricciardo is now all the way down in 16th position, which is not looking good for Ricciardo, bro. This is the track where you would think that Ricciardo would be better at because he's a veteran. This is the track that Ricciardo should teach Yuki Tsunoda how to drive, but it seems that Yuki Tsunoda is teaching Ricciardo how to drive this track, and that is actually very surprising. It's very good for Yuki Tsunoda. Very good job, Yuki Tsunoda. Driver of the day, we've got a split between Verstappen 14%, 11 Leclerc, and 11th Yuki Tsunoda. So I think Verstappen is going to go for no, but he's 17 seconds behind. He's now 18 seconds behind. So Perez does not want to keep up with Verstappen. Perez does not want to keep up with Verstappen, and now you've got Albon passing Ricciardo as well. Ricciardo falling all the way down to 17th place, dude. Alex Albon passing Ricciardo, and Alex Albon is now 16th, and you've got Ricciardo down in 17th place. I'm going to be completely honest with you, this is not a good race for Ricciardo, dude. I don't see why his teammate is so much better than him at this race. It makes no sense to me. He is the veteran, not Yuki Tsunoda. Ocon is about to challenge Lance Stroll. Ocon is about to challenge Lance Stroll for, yes, you guessed it, 8th place. So 8th place, Ocon is trying to get 8th place from Lance Stroll. Let's see if he can do it. Zhou Guanyu might also pass Magnussen for 13th place. Albon just took 15th place away from Hülkenberg. Albon took 15th position away from Hülkenberg. Good job to Albon. Yo, that's a very fast corner. That's flat out, dude. Flat out. I think Hülkenberg was conservative and decided to slow down because he was scared he might damage the car. Going side by side flat out with Albon, which is a good idea because Albon, it seems, is a man on a mission. Guess what? Ocon passed Lance Stroll. Ocon has taken 8th place away from Lance Stroll. He did it very easily. Also on the straight. He went on the inside. So exactly where he passed Yuki Tsunoda, he did it on the inside instead of the outside. He made it easier on himself this time. Albon might actually try and pass Zhou Guanyu, and in turn Zhou Guanyu might actually pass Kevin Magnussen. So we're seeing Albon catching up to Zhou Guanyu, which is trying to pass, have been trying to pass Kevin Magnussen. So let's see what's going to happen there as well. So now we've got Ricciardo passing Hülkenberg. What is wrong with Hülkenberg's car? So now we've got Zhou Guanyu passing Kevin Magnussen. Zhou Guanyu passing Kevin Magnussen. Now we've got Albon right at the back of Magnussen. Getting right behind Kevin Magnussen. Let's see if if Albon can make the pass quickly. Okay, so I don't think Albon is going to be able to effectively pass Kevin Magnussen to ultimately challenge Zhou Guanyu. That would have been a whoa. Hamilton is pitting again? What is the point of pitting? Oh, fastest lap of the race. Hamilton is trying to get fastest lap of the race from Verstappen. Now we have to see, can Hamilton get the fastest lap of the race? This is actually interesting. If you do like Formula 1, the bragging points for getting fastest lap of the race is still good because remember, Verstappen went for that fastest lap. It's not like Verstappen wasn't attempting to do a fastest lap. He did attempt a fastest lap. 1 minute 48. So let's see what Hamilton can do. Can Hamilton get 1 minute? Can Hamilton beat 1 minute 48 and take the fastest lap of the race? I would guess and say yes, and the reason why, oh, finally Albon passing Magnussen, but the problem is no, Zhou Guanyu is all the way down the road. So Zhou Guanyu is 2 seconds ahead, which is a little bit too far ahead in my opinion for Albon to catch up to. Unfortunately, I would have loved to see Albon versus Zhou Guanyu, to be honest. So let's see, fastest lap of the race. what is Lewis Hamilton going to do? Let's see if his first sector is fastest. His first sector does look fastest. Sorry, that is not Lewis Hamilton. He is not yet on a flyer because remember he had to exit the pits. So this lap is not his flying lap. The next lap is his flying lap. The next lap is his flying lap. So of course Max Verstappen was told that, hey, Lewis Hamilton is now attempting fastest lap of the race, trying to take away your race. Yes, this is the last lap. All I want to know is, will Hamilton get the fastest lap of the race? If he does, then good show, bro. If Hamilton can take fastest lap of the race, I know he should be able to do it because his car is lighter than when Max Verstappen put. But still, it's Max Verstappen's Red Bull. So let's see if if Hamilton's Mercedes can actually do it. I'm very interested to see if that is possible. Max Verstappen is about to cross the line in first place, taking the win of the Belgian Grand Prix. 22 seconds ahead of teammate Perez, dude. 22 seconds ahead of Perez. Even Perez can't do anything to Max Verstappen, even in the same hardware, man. Leclerc is 9 seconds behind Perez. Hamilton is about to try and attempt the fastest lap of the race. So Hamilton goes fastest in the first. Hamilton goes overall fastest in the second, 46.4. Hamilton has to get the fastest lap of the race. It has to be. So will Hamilton get the fastest lap? We're waiting for the final sector. We're waiting for the final sector to see if he got the fastest lap of the race. Hamilton, let's see. Hamilton fastest lap, 1 minute 47. 47.3. Hamilton fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 47.3. Fastest lap of the race. Good job. Good job to Hamilton. At least he's trying to do something to get a point. He couldn't get third. I was convinced he would get third place, man. That Mercedes, sometimes that Mercedes is faster than Ferrari, sometimes it's not faster than Ferrari. It's very confusing. Hopefully you did enjoy this live stream. If you did, do leave a like, do leave a subscribe. Once again, Max Verstappen Masterclass. Can you believe it? Max Verstappen Masterclass. The next race will be on 27th of August. Next race, 27th of August in Netherlands, Zandvoort. Also Max Verstappen's home. As far as I know, Max Verstappen is also Belgian and Dutch. So 27th of August is Zandvoort, Netherlands, and then we've got Italy on the 3rd of September. Interesting. Okay, so hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, do leave a like, do leave a subscribe. Let's just do a quick check on the positions, just so we know where everybody finished. So the finishing positions are: we have Max Verstappen in first, Perez second, Leclerc third, Hamilton fourth, Alonso fifth, Russell in sixth, seventh Norris, Ocon eighth, Stroll ninth, 10th Tsunoda, 11th Gasly, 12 Bottas, 11 Zhou Guanyu, 14 Albon, Magnussen in 15th. Ricardo in 16th. Logan Sargent 17th. Hulkenberg in 18th. Hopefully you enjoyed this live stream. If you did, do leave a like, do leave a subscribe. If you want me to live stream the qualifications as well, I need at least 4 likes. At least 4 likes, and I would live stream during the qualifications. Or should I say, I will attempt to live stream during the qualifications as well. See you in the next live stream. Ciao for now.